Hi, myself Adi Narayanan, and today we are going to discuss about Java exception handling. So when you go to Google and type Java exception handling, and when you press enter, you get something like this. You can use any of the site. You can use any of the site. So here, see this one: try, catch, throw, throws, and finally. These are all the five important things that you should be able to understand. If you understand this, probably you have some idea about exception handling. So you can use any of the sites available here. So any of the sites, see here, exception handling is a mechanism to handle runtime error such as class not found exception, IO exception. So what is this one from here to here? If you see what is here, runtime error. See, when you run a program, that program contains a number of instructions. Say, for example, around 10 instruction, 10 lines. So when the fifth line is trying to read to open a file, when the fifth line is trying to open a file, if the file is not available, what should you do? Either you want to go to sixth line or you want to inform the user that a file is not there. The file which you are trying to open is not there. So this is the information, right? You need to communicate to the user who is running a program. So that's the main use of exception handling. During runtime, if there is any problem, what is the information should the caller get? Caller in the sense, uh, who is going to call that method? For example, let me go to this site, any site, use any site. So the exception handling, see here, the exception handling in Java is one of the powerful mechanism to handle runtime error so that runtime when the program is running by the JVM. So when you call a method, so that method will be run by the JVM, right? That is runtime. So when your program is running and it will run the instruction, and if Java could not able to run the instruction because there is some problem, so it has to intimate to you, in the sense to the caller who called that method. Okay, so the powerful mechanism to handle runtime error so that normal flow of the application can be maintained. So normal, this is very very important. Try to understand this. I will explain you with my example. And see here, there are around 10 lines. In your method, consider there are 10 lines. And when the fifth line is getting executed, there is a problem. Problem may be due to programming error or due to external error. External error. It is trying to connect to database, but database is not down. So then what will happen if database is down? Then what should, so you are going to inform, you are going to code all those things. If database is down, do this. If the database is not down, do this. You are going to inform. If database is down, what you should do? That's the thing. That's the thing. Handling the exception. You are trying to open a file in this line. You are trying to open a file. The file is not there, so how you are going to handle? So what is the next? So file is not there. What is next? Based on the file, if there is a file, you write this line to read the file and to print it. But file itself not there. How will you print this one? Then can you run this line? So now how you are going to handle this problem? So you should have a solution. If you don't have a solution, then you are not writing a right program. Anyway, I will try to explain with my example, and just you can go and read. This is a hierarchy, superclass. This is a exception hierarchy. So there are n number of classes available as part of Java. So these are the classes already available: throwable, exe, ption, error, IO exception, SQL. These are all classes available as part of Java. So when you go to uh, these are all the class already available as part of the arithmetic exception classes available: null pointer exception, number format exception, index out of bound exception, array index out of bound exception, string index out of bound exception. So these are all class. There are two kinds of exception. One is checked exception, another one is unchecked exception, another one is error. We are going to explain, I am going to explain all these things. Read this one. What is checked exception? See, we are going to see what is checked exception, what is unchecked exception, and what is error. Okay. So then what is see here? Try catch. This is a very important. Try catch. Finally, throw, throws. Very very important. And after that, common scenario, lower common scenario is custom exception. Very important. This one, custom exception. We can create our own exception. Okay. Let me go with the first one. Simple example with my. Let me open my Eclipse and let me try some simple example. So here, so let me create one class, new class exception, example something public static void let it be something like this. Okay, you know what is this one? Let me create one method. um, divide number. So this is a method void id void. Okay, okay, divide the number void. Let me try to divide some number, integer int or double or float something int equal to 3 divided by 3. Okay, okay. Sys out. So integer, what is this one? Answer ans. What is the answer? Print the answer here. Ans. Okay. So let me call this method either from the same class or from some other class. So how will you call this method? Create an object and call this method. Okay, let me try this one. Control V. Go to new. Control V. Remove this one. So d dot divide number. Let me call this one. And what will be the answer if I run this one? So what will be the answer? I think so one. I think so one. Okay. I think so one. System system dot out dot control C control V N sorry E N. So let me run this program. So I create an object. I'm going to call this one, and it will go there. It will print this one. After this method ends, it will come to the next line after this column. This will come to the next line and just to print. It will print the end and our program ends successfully. Let me run this one. See here, one and end. Suppose if I'm trying to do something like this. So what will program? 3 divided by 0. 3 divided by 0 is infinity. Okay, is infinity. What will be the answer then? We will try now. We will try now. See here, this is the thing we are getting. There is something. So what is this one? Arithmetic exception. What is the package? Java.lang.arithmetic exception. So what is this one? We didn't write anything. So it didn't come here. It didn't print the answer. Even end is not appearing. Are you getting end? No, end is not there. End is not there. So now we will go to the site. We will go to site. So now you read. So what is the use of Java exception? See here. the exception handling mechanism. We are not using exception handling mechanism here. In our program, we didn't use exception handling mechanism. That's why we are not getting the proper answer. Proper answer in the sense, I don't know what is happening. It is not even printing END. Okay, right? Let's see. See, the exception handling in Java is one of the powerful mechanism to handle runtime error so that normal flow, very important. Now, normal flow is not happening of the application can be maintained. But if you use exception handling mechanism, we can maintain this normal flow. So how should you have written a program? You should have written a program, proper programmer. Whatever we wrote is not a proper one. This one is not a proper program. Anyway, this is a program with runs, but this is not the proper one. So there is a problem here. Now Java identifies that I tried to execute your instruction, and there is a problem. The problem type is arithmetic exception. The problem. So everyone, if you are trying to open a file which is not available there, then Java knows, okay, he is asking me to try to open a file, but that file is not there. So it understood, and it will intimate us by creating one object called file not found. Here, what is arithmetic exception? Here, arithmetic exception. When you try to open a file, if the file is not there, then Java knows, okay, what is the problem? He is asking me to open a file, but file is not there, so it will inform you that a file is not found. File not found. File not found. See, then Java knows exactly what is the problem. Java knows exactly what. So it has to communicate to us. What it do? It creates one object for a arithmetic exception and process. For for example, if it is file not found, null pointer exception. If you are trying to access an object which is null, then it will throw null pointer exception. So now you should know what are the classes available. What are all the classes available here? You see, what is the exception we got? Arithmetic. See here, arithmetic exception. So Java understand that, okay, this is related to arithmetic problem. So Java will know the exact problem when it is trying to execute an instruction. If any problem happens, it will create an object for appropriate type, nature of the exception, and it will throw. It can throw arithmetic or null pointer or number format exception or index out of bound. When you will get index out of bound? So when you have an array of 5, and if you are trying to access a value from sixth location, then it will kill index out of bound exception, array index out of bound exception, and out of memory is not out of memory error, string index out of bound exception, all this kind of. So there are these are all the problems. So Java has created n number of classes. See, what are the classes? I will know n number of classes. Go to Google and see Java API. Java EXCEPTION API. See, this one API, right? Go here. See here, this much of exception classes are available. These are all subclasses. See here, direct known subclasses. For this much of subclasses are available. See whether you are having null pointer exception here. MNOPQ or S, right? ABCD null, control F, NULL, LPOI. No, you are not having null pointer exception here. Go here, see here whether you have what are the exception here. So here you have n number of exceptions here. This is under EXEPT, java.lang EXEPTION. See here whether you have runtime exception. See here M and OPQ or S. See runtime exception. Runtime. When I click this one, here you see whether, see here, runtime exception extends EXEPTYN. This one extends throwable. This one extends OBJECT, interface serializable. So there are n number of subclasses for this runtime exception. So these are all subclasses. Here you see whether, see here, arithmetic exception. Arithmetic exception, then index out of bound exception. So these are all some of the exception class created as part of Java. Now JVM when it run instruction, it knows what is the exact problem, and it will create a object for any of this class, or else object for this any of this class, based on the nature, based on nature of the problem, and throw. It will create an object for this and it will throw. Here in this scenario, what happened when it is trying to run this one, Java find a problem, and the problem is arithmetic related. So it create an object and it is throwing this exception, throwing this object. It creates an object for, how will you create an object? By using new operator. Student s equal to new of student, right? Same way, Java will create arithmetic something equal to new of arithmetic. It create that object and it will throw the object. So what you should know, you should catch. Okay, you should catch and you can give a solution. Say for example, it is throwing. I will now, if I use exception handling proper thing, I can make this to print. Now this is not printing, right? When this line executes, this is not printed, and this is not printed, this is not printed. So now I can handle this problem. You should write the mechanism to handle the problem. Handling can be in any way. Either you can handle here, or you can handle here, or you can handle anywhere. Okay, first as a simple mechanism, I will try to handle here. See, always you should write the code in try. Always you should write your code in try block. Hereafter, when you start writing, since before this training you didn't learn exception handling, so you didn't write a try catch. Now hereafter, any instruction that you write should be inside the try block. So try block starts here and try block ends here, and you can have a catch, catch, try catch. So always it is going to throw. So when there is a problem, it will throw that object, catch this object. Okay, SYS, sys OUT out, control, control here, PROBLE, some problem, OCCER. Now you see what is output. I didn't do anything. I wrote this two line inside the try block, and I introduced a catch block. So if you have 10 lines, and when there is any problem, Java will create an object of that problem related, and it will throw. You are catching, and you are printing it. And after that, once since you have catched it, this method, no, this will end normal, and your things will come here, and it will print this also. Okay, let me run this one. So this is the line. I didn't write anything other than this. Just I introduced one try catch. So always hereafter you are going to write all your instruction inside the try block and have a catch block. Catch block, you can type in whatever you want to tell. You can just inform to the user this is the problem. Okay, let me run this one. See here, problem occurred, and then your program now your program end normally. You wrote, because you wrote the handling logic. You are running the program, and if there is any problem here, it is going to throw. You wrote the catch block, and here you can do whatever you want, sending a mail to the production support team, anything you want to write, you can do here. So this is how you handle the problem. See, if your file is not there, then if you are not going to write this catch block, your program is not ending normally, it is abnormal end. But now it is a normal end. Problem occurred, you catch and you give the solution, something whatever you want to give, and after that it comes here and ends. When you in the browser, when you click something, register employee, you should get an output either successful or failure. If it is going to be abnormal, you wrote a method where database connection is not happened, and your method is not coming to the caller, and no output is sent to your browser, then there is a problem. Then that's not the right approach. If you write 10 lines of code, you should know what are the problem, it will come accordingly. You should write the catch logic. Anyway, you don't need to confuse too much, but here you can understand. So how you have to learn this one, right? First, you should try the same way I tried run. I showed you the problem. Then after that, add this try and catch and try to run. You'll get this. Now we handle the problem. Say for example, if there is a problem. Uh, okay, if there is a problem here, but I don't want to catch the problem here. I don't want to catch the problem here. No, also you can do. You can send the problem here and you can print here. There is no try catch. Yeah, I didn't write. This also should be in the try catch. Now at least you got some problem, some idea, right? What is exception handling? Okay. Now, uh, now, okay. Now this one is going to give you some idea about what is try and what is catch. That's why when you type in Google, when you go here, when you go here, is right here. Now you understand what is try and what is catch. Try and catch. So all your code should be in the try block. And if there is any problem, so what is that you want to output to the user? Output to the user that you are going to handle that. Either send a mail to production support team. So I could not able to connect to database. File is not there, so that they will understand. They will get alerted, and they will take appropriate action. If you are not going to write try a catch block, so it is going to throw the exception, and you are not handling. You are not informing the production support team. So you are not writing a proper code. So you are not writing a proper code. Understand? Go on, read the exception handling, the entire document tutorial of this one. You will get some idea. Now you got two things. One is try and another one is catch. If you read the document fully, all these things probably will get an idea. So now we will try to learn finally. Finally, see here. Finally, Finally. Finally, what is the use of finally? See, when there is a success, see if this runs uh, successfully, then it won't go to this catch block, right? Then it won't go to this catch block. So finally, no, whether success, if it is a failure, if there is some failure, there is a problem, then it will go to catch block. Okay, this finally block will get executed whether in success scenario or in failure scenario. SYSTEM system dot out dot PRINT. So then what is the use of finally block? See here, suppose for example this block will get executed whether all this line successfully completed or there is a problem. If there is a problem, it will go to catch block, then it will go to finally. If there is success, no problem in this line, then it won't go to catch block, it will go to final block. But finally will get executed whatsoever. So that is the use of finally. You will understand why when you read uh, IO, that is file, when you try to read file, writing to the file, when you write the file mechanism, or when you try to use JDBC to connect to database, at the time I will explain you what we can write inside this finally, what people will write inside this finally, what people will write inside this catch. As of now, you are trying to understand the logic, exception handling mechanism. So in exception handling mechanism, you are learning three concepts. One is try, one is catch, and one is finally. Finally, block will get executed whatsoever, either success scenario or failure scenario. In failure scenario, this line, this all the lines inside this catch block will get executed. So here, if you have a problem, here this line will not get executed. This line will not get. That should be the takeaway. Let me run this program. Now there is a problem, right? Now is there any problem? Yeah, there is a problem. Now what it will do? No, here there is a problem. This line will not print, but it will come. It will print this line. This line will get executed. We'll run this one. Now you are third. Now you are running third time. Third time. Third logic. You are trying to understand finally. See here, problem occurred. It went here. then it went to finally block. After that, the program comes here, and it runs this way. But this is who is the caller? This method is the caller. Here you are calling, but this method does not know what is the problem. As of now, this method is here. This line, when it get executed, it is not having any details about whether it's a problem or success. You handle here itself. You handle the problem here itself. Anyway, don't confuse. You learn to try, catch, and finally three things. Three things. Okay. Now, if it is success scenario, what will happen? There is no problem. There is no problem in this. When I run, there is no problem. So now this line get executed, then this line will get executed. It won't go here. It will come here, and your method ends, and it will come here, and it will print. See here. See here. Problem not a code is not a getting, but finally got executed whatsoever. So now you learned three things. One is try, catch, and finally. Try, catch, and finally. When you go here, these are the main things, right? They told. Over here, try, catch, and finally. There are other two things are available. One is throw, another one is throws. Okay, okay. Now, when there is a problem, see for example, when there is a problem here, what is happening? When there is a problem here, let this line be something like this, and I will explain about file not found exception, about SQL exception when I teach you JDBC and file handling. Okay, now as of now, try to understand the importance of try, catch, and finally. So next we are going to see throw and throws. So what is happening when this line is there is a problem? JVM understand, okay, it is running infinitely. There is a problem, so it create one object and it is throwing. It throws an object. You are catching here. You are catching here, right? You are catching here. You are catching here, and it prints here. So who throws the problem? Who is throwing the exception? JVM is throwing the exception. You can also throw the exception. You can also write the code to throw the exception. See, for example, I can also throw the exception. See, by using throw keyword, THROW, throw. By using this keyword, I can throw the exception. I can write here, or I can write anywhere. No, I can write anywhere, or else here, control V. You can write anywhere. Throw E. So this is object, right? Throw E. You can write this one here or here, anywhere you can write. So what is the use of throw? We can throw the exception manually. Here, who throws the exception? Java throws the exception. If we want to throw the exception, then use the keyword called throw. Now, if it is throw, where it will come? It will go to the catch block. So you are writing this in the catch block. Where it will go? It will go to the caller catch block. It will go to the caller catch block. Then your caller should always you should write the code in the try catch. Always you should write the code in the try catch. Whatever the code which I wrote is not right. It should be always whatever the code that you should always write in try catch. CATCH catch. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So EXEPTION. EXEPTION exception anything. Okay. Here problem. Okay. Control V. See problem in called method. PROBLEM problem in CALLED called METHOD. In real time, we'll send a mail to production support team so that they will understand there is some problem in our code. Here, for a example, I wrote something called system.out. So now what will happen now? See here, there is a problem. So here there is a problem. Okay, now it will come to catch block. You are printing it. So you want to inform this problem to the caller. Who is the caller? This method is the caller, right? And this method, from here you are calling. You need to inform to this method that there is a problem. Then how you can throw? You can throw this. That is, you can throw the exception manually. Throw is to throw the exception manually. Now what will happen? It will come here. It will print this one. It is throwing. It will go to final block. Whatsoever, it will go to final block. Then it will come here. This line will not get executed. because you are throwing exception. So now inside this type it will go to catch and it will print this one. It won't print this one. So now we are trying to learn throw. THROW. Throw is to throw the exception manually. Let me run this program. See here, problem occurred. It goes to the catch block. There. It goes to catch block. Then you are throwing. Finally, anyway, whatsoever, finally block will get executed. It went this one finally. Then it is coming here. So this is the caller. So it won't go here. It will come to the catch block because you are throwing exception. So come here, problem in client method. CLIENT something. Okay, that's why you are getting here. Now you are writing the code to handle the problem. If there is a problem, what should it print? What should you do? Not even print. How to handle the problem when there is database is down? What to do next? You need to inform the program, right? So try, catch, finally, and the throw. And another one is throws. Another one is now you learned four concept: try, catch, finally, throw. So you also run step by step. So the same way, step by step. Then only you will understand step by step. Okay. Then throws mechanism. THROWS. Throws in the sense you are uh, you are throwing this one throws. Calm down. Throws in the sense in the method signature. The method signature THROWS throws something. Okay. Throws something. Okay. EXEPTION. Okay. So here, why does you do, if you don't want to handle the exception here, if for example, it is throwing an exception, it is throwing an exception, but you don't want to handle here. You want the caller to be handled at the time. At the time, you can mention throws exception. Throws here, throws. It may be little bit difficult for you, but I will explain when I show the video of connecting to database. At the time, I will explain. As of now, understand that throws is in the method. In the method, in the logic, you are going to mention throws the exception. This can be any. This can be checked exception or it can be unchecked exception. We are going to see. As of now, I have a high level idea. What is try? What is catch? And what is finally? What is throw? And what is throws? Throws is to throw the exception to the caller. Throws is to throw the exception to the caller. You may get a lot of doubts now. Just have it. As of now, try to understand all these five. I will explain more about this one when I teach you file handling and JDBC. At the time, I will explain you all these things. As of now, I have a high level idea. So now we covered all the five: try, catch, throw, throws. Finally, when you go to this Java T point, when you go to Java T point and so when you go here, you might get some idea. So this one, this one is the super class. These are all the class that are available as part of Java, and your code will through JVM will through by creating object for any of this class based on the problem. Based on the problem, it may throw null pointer, it may arithmetic or number format exception. For all these things, you will have an example in the net. Try to see type null format exception example. You will get. You will get. So check the exception. See checked exception, unchecked exception, and error. So if it is a checked exception, if a class see this all this class, all this class extends EXEPTION, then these classes are called checked exception class. If a class extends this class, if a class extends this class, then those classes are called unchecked exception. Unchecked exception. This is unchecked exception, whereas this is checked exception, because this class extends this class. So this is all checked exception. That's why here they explain, no. But I will tell more detail while we proceed. See here, the class which hierarchy is throwable except runtime and error are known as checked exception. and unchecked exception. The class which inheritance or runtime exception are known as unchecked exception, arithmetic exception, null point exception. So it's a type of exception. So it is throwing one exception, right? Whether the type is checked or unchecked. If that class extends EXEPTION, then it's checked. If that class extends RUNTIME EXEPTION, then it's unchecked. See here, all these are subclasses of E exception, right? All this class. These are all checked exception. So when you type runtime, where is runtime here? BCDF, GH, IGK, or where is runtime here? This is exception. Runtime, where is the runtime? Control is RUNTIME. See this one. I will click this one. All these classes are unchecked exception. Why? Because all this class extends RUNTIME. When you go here, all this class extends EXEPTION. So this checked and that's unchecked. So have an idea. You may not get full idea, but you will get. So this one is the error, out of memory error. So when there is no, when you create an object and if there is no memory space, it will throw out of memory error. This is comes under error concept. The error. See here, the error. That you no need to handle. You should write code only to handle this one, exception and checked exception and unchecked exception. No need to handle error. No need to handle error. Normally we won't write a code to handle error. No need. So now we wrote a code here. Now when I run this program, anyway the flow will be normal. There is no abnormal. There is no abnormal. First time when I run, it is abnormal. Now it is normal. Whether it's error or without error, your program ends properly. It will come here and it will come up to here. First time when I run, no, that is not a proper one. You can understand now. So now we wrote a program which will be normal, either error scenario or it is a not an error scenario. In both the case, I got this one to get executed now. This one got executed. So your method ends normally. So whether it's a success scenario or a failure scenario here, failure scenario, and as Java here, either success scenario or failure, you are not getting error. But first time, when I run first time, you got error. So now you learned about try, catch, finally, throw, and throws, and what is checked exception, what is unchecked exception. There is one thing called custom exception. This one you can try. See here, this will throw number format exception. Why? You are trying to convert a string to integer. This is not possible. No, it is throwing number format. This one null. In the null, you are trying to see the length of the string. It will throw null point exception. When this line is executed, when this line executed, JVM, who is running this program? JVM will know this guy is trying to find the length in the null. So it will create one object called null pointer exception and it will throw. So either if you have a catch block, it will catch and it will print. Otherwise, your program will be abnormally entered. Abnormally entered. Okay. See here, array index out of bound. There is only 5. Array size is 5. So you declared an array before. When I teach array, I didn't see this one. Okay, only 5. But you are trying to assign 50 to the 10th location. How come? So JVM find it. So you declared only 5 memory space, and you are trying to assign to the 10th memory space. That is not right. So it will create an object for this one, and it will throw. Okay, try, catch, finally, and you got some idea about this one. And so here try multiple. You can have multiple catch. If you have 10 lines of code and if you are connecting to database and also you are opening the file, so when there is a problem related to the file, you can catch it. When there is a problem related to JDBC, then you can catch it. Multiple catch. You can write multiple catch, meaning something like this. Control C, Control V. So something like this. Okay. Here you should be different. Here ARITHMETIC, arithmetic. EXCEPTION. Okay. multiple catch. Here one catch, here one catch. It is throwing the problem. If it is arithmetic, then it will come here, and if it is not arithmetic, it will come here, and if it is not, it is also, it will go to the abnormality. So anyway, you can understand if you go and see all this sign, you will understand. Throws, finally. This one is I need to explain. Custom exception. Go here. Custom. We can create our own exception. I showed you know there are n number of exception in here. So this like this, we can create our own exception. That is custom exception. See here. You can create either checked exceptions here. I create one class invalid extends exception. So I read this is a constructor. I read something super. You know what is the use of super? When you see inheritance, you will get that one. See here, if age is smaller than 18, and I throw throw. So this is to transfer the call from one place to another place. Anyway, try to see this one. If you are not understanding, I will explain. I will explain. Try to understand. See here, we know how to throw an exception by using throw keyword. See, and they will throw, and you can catch and you can go on. Anyway, try to understand. If it is custom exception, we can create our own exception. That is, you can either extend exception or RUNTIME exception. Either you can extend exception class or you can extend RUNTIME exception. So this class comes under checked category. If you extend RUNTIME exception, then it comes under unchecked category. Here they are trying to explain something. Try to see whether you could able to understand or not. Otherwise, I will explain. But in my case, when I show you one project, at the time I will explain about a custom exception. So here also I created exception. See here, custom. See custom exception. I created one exception class. Custom exception, custom unchecked exception. See here, but it's not right. Invalid. See here, invalid. See here. Here I created one exception called checked exception. Here invalid, unchecked exception. Here runtime exception. This class is called untime exception. Anyway, here I wrote some code. Login, mm, login. Where is this? Invalid login, customer exception, customer management. Here I wrote some code which you may not be able to understand as of now. So if you see here, checking password, sending username and password. You know what is equals. I am comparing two strings. So if it is invalid, I am throwing this one invalid. Validation success. Here also check password. This is checked exception. You can understand little bit. Try to see this one, but I will explain you when I show you the project. At the time, now you may get confused, but try to see this. And if you understand, it's okay. Otherwise, I will explain. So now, what are the things that we saw here? Try, catch, finally, throws, checked exception, unchecked exception, custom exception. Try to read all these things. You will get an idea. Now you try, you get an idea. If you get some high level idea about 20%, 30%, it's enough as of now. Okay. So okay. Thanks for your time.